You're now listening to Clive Mullings Talk with Substance on Hotline. Radio Jamaica, active for the good of our nation.
Welcome back. And of course, we are saluting our heroes. And one such hero is attached to the Caribbean Maritime University. And they're doing a lot of work providing the guidance and training for our young people so that they can be a part of the huge demand for persons in the maritime industry and logistics and so on. And so we're going to speak with one of their lecturers, Mr. Collin Lyons, who is going to be, in fact, a recipient of a national honor on Monday. Good morning, Mr. Lyons. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, and good morning to your listeners.
Well, congratulations to you. And of course, your students no doubt will be brimming with pride as well. The fact that their lecturer is now going to be receiving the badge of honor for faithful service, yes? And of course, it's going to take place at King's House. But let me start off. How long now have you been involved in education and community service?
Wow.
Well, that tells me a lot when you say wow. Yes.
I have been involved for the better part of really almost 50 years.
Oh my goodness me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, and let me ask you, first and foremost, why and how have you been finding it in terms of this kind of contribution? And I want to congratulate you again, because to give and to work so hard for 50 years, you no doubt you have left a tremendous legacy in the lives of so many others. But how did it start off for you?
Well, it started, of course, I was born in a little district in St. Mary called Orange River.
Yes.
Which is close to Richmond. Mm-hmm. And I went to a school at Claremont. The name of it was Excelda Junior Academy, yes. which is no longer in existence. It was at the Claremont Seventh-day Adventist Church, yes. At the time. From there, I bounced about a bit, then went to Kingston, and I spent a year at New Hope. That is situated on the North Street Seventh-day Adventist Church, yes. Compound. And from there, I started doing electrical installation. Mm-hmm. And then I joined the JDF Coast Guard.
Yes.
From the JDF
Coast Guard. Well, that's interesting. Because I suppose prior to that, you didn't have any maritime experience.
Right. So it all started, the maritime experience all started there. Mm-hmm. And from the Coast Guard, I spent about 7 years working both as a seaman and engineer, because they had sent me to England to do marine engineering training.
Yes.
And in 1981, I left the Coast Guard and I went to what was then the Jamaica Maritime Training Institute.
Yes. I
would have spent a number of years. I went there as the engineer for the training vessel. Mm-hmm. And from the training vessel, I then went on into safety. I was sent off to Canada by the Institute,
yes,
to learn to deliver the STCW, Standard Training and Certification for Watch Keepers, safety courses.
Yes.
I did that, came back, and I was in safety from 1994 until about 2005.
Yes.
I then went to Trinidad and started the same program at the University of Trinidad and Tobago.
So you started the program?
Yes.
Whoa, okay.
There.
Yes.
Then I spent 11 years there. Then I came back to CMU, and I am at CMU doing pretty much the same program. Yeah.
Excellent. And so, no doubt you have seen a lot of changes with globalization, the need for the movement of goods across the world, and of course, so many more ships, correct? Yes?
Yes.
And no doubt ships too within our own jurisdiction. I see a number of ships that come in, sometimes you see maybe 10 or so or even more cargo ships out there in the harbor. So where we are at now, of course, maritime demand for maritime services globally is really high. How do you feel as being a part of this, a pioneer even for us here in Jamaica, to take, make use of these opportunities that the CMU would offer?
It is, for me, it is tremendous. Having been a part of this training almost from the start of it in Jamaica, because the institute started in 1980, and I joined them in 1981.
Yes.
And today we have a number of captains, chief engineer, you name it, at various levels.
Yes.
And up to 2005, I would have had a link. I would have touched the lives of just about all those persons who would have come through CMU at the time. CMU, yes.
Yes. I need to ask this because I've been encouraging, especially young people, to go to look at opportunities, especially at the CMU, because it doesn't take rocket science. The fact of the matter is that there is a lot of movement and logistics and services and so on, process moving about across the world, and of course the demand will be there for that. Have you been seeing an uptake in persons displaying this interest in courses like yours, and what do you encourage them to be doing?
Well, one of the things is the courses that I teach, which are the professional courses.
Yes.
Just about any person who goes to sea at whatever level must do those courses.
Okay.
Yeah. So they are mandatory courses.
Okay.
For individuals who goes to sea. So once you're going to go on a ship to do whatever, you have to do those courses.
Yes. I will tell you this, I have a lot of respect for persons who take to the sea. I mean, I was on the sea once, well, not once, several times. In fact, I came to Jamaica by ship from England, and that about 19 days that took. And then, of course, quite recently in a fishing vessel. But what got to me, quite frankly, Mr. Lyons, just staying out there, being on the sea and bobbing about, I got quite sick. But anyhow, it does take a certain kind of mettle and understanding, doesn't it?
It can be pretty frightening, especially depending on the size of vessel you are on. The larger it is, the more comfortable it tend to be, and even those you can, but the smaller ones, they are pretty frightening. I've had some frightening experiences out there as well.
Okay. Yes.
In the days when I work with the Coast Guard.
Yes. Now, for your national honor, badge of honor for long and faithful service. Were you surprised by this, first and foremost, and how does it make you feel as someone who has contributed so much to Jamaica's development in the maritime industry?
Indeed, I'm humbled. When I think of it, knowing that there are many, many persons who would have done what I have done and even greater, I am really humbled, and I really appreciate that somebody, it's interesting. When you're doing things, you're not doing it for reward. You are just doing what you have to do.
Yes.
I have had numerous times, because I spent a lot of time in church work as well.
Yes.
And from time to time, persons would come to you and say, well, you did this. I don't even have a clue but they're telling you, oh, you was a person who did this. You buried my mother. And there are so many things that they would tell me.
Yes.
I remember going to England some years ago, and I went to a church, and because community service looked at what I would have done. I do seminars, family life seminars.
Okay.
I do evangelistic work as well. And I was at this church, and a guy came to me and said, oh, I got baptized in one of your campaigns.
Yeah, oh God, wonderful.
I've been in Canada, and a guy came to me because one of the things that we have done, in addition to training seafarers, after I came back from Canada, within a year or so, I started a program where we do training for the industries, for land-based organizations.
Yes.
And I was in Canada, and a guy came to me and said, you trained me when I was at such a company.
Yes.
So we have those going in addition to what we do for seafarers.
Well, and I know we have to close out, but I want to say something, leave a thought with you, that when you've found your purpose, and there's no greater legacy than sowing into the lives of people. You can have, huge structures, but they can crumble or they be forgotten. But the lives you touch, yes, that is never forgotten, and that is true purpose. And I want to congratulate you again for your award, a badge of honor for long and faithful service. And indeed, I look forward to seeing you as you go up and march forward to receive it.
Thank you so much. And I cannot close this without saying all of this, as far as I'm concerned, is it all. I just left it in his hand, and he takes it through.
Can you repeat that for us? You just lost you a while ago, lost the signal, if you don't mind saying that again.
Can you repeat that?
Can you just finish what you just said a while ago? We lost it a while ago. We lost a connection just a while ago.
I was saying that all of this is as a result of who God is and has been in my life.
Yes.
You give it to him. For me, he is like my parent, and I'm a toddler.
Oh, there you go.
He runs my life, and all of this goes to his honor.
Excellent, to his glory. Thank you so much, Mr. Lyons, Sir Collin Lyons, lecturer at the Maritime Training Center at the Caribbean Maritime University, being honored on Monday with a badge of honor for long and faithful service in the industry.